Hi guys, welcome to Sabonzi Academy. In today's video, we'll be solving the question 9 of the 2020 WASSCE Core Maths Theory questions. So we'll begin with question 9a. 2 points x and y, 7 meters apart, are on the same horizontal ground. The angles of elevation of a point P from x and y is 50 and 70 respectively. Q is a point on xy, produced such that the angle YQP is equal to 90 degrees. I. Illustrates the information in a diagram. II. Calculate correct to 2 decimal places the length alpha, XP, beta, YQ. So let's begin with the solution of question 9a. So we have our horizontal ground, and we have our points x and y. So this will be our x, this will be our y. And then x and y are 7 meters apart. So the length of this will be 7 meters. We have our point Q, which is on xy. So our Q will be here. Then we have our T. The angle of elevation of a point P from X is 50. So the angle of elevation here will be 50. And then the angle of elevation P from Y is 70. So here will also be 70. And we don't know the length of YQ, so we'll let that place be X. And then we are told that the angle YQP is 90. So YQP will be 90. Now if we take triangle XPQ, then we can say that 50 plus angle XQP plus angle XPQ is equal to 180, since the sum of the angles in a triangle is equal to 180 degrees. And we know that angle XQP is equal to 90 degrees. So we have 50 plus 90 plus angle XPQ is equal to 180. Now 50 plus 90 is equal to 140 plus angle XPQ is equal to 180. So angle XPQ is equal to 180 minus 140, and that's equal to 40 degrees. So we can say that angle XYP plus 70 is equal to 180. So this angle XYP plus 70 should be equal to 180, since the sum of angles on a straight line adds up to 180. So our angle XYP will be equal to 180 minus 70. And that's equal to 110 degrees. Now using the sine rule, we can say that the length of XY divided by the sine of angle XPY should be equal to the length of XP divided by sine the angle of XYP. Now from our diagram, the length of XY is 7 divided by sine angle XPY is equal to the length of XP all over sine angle XYP. So we know that our angle XYP is 110. So now we are left with sine of the angle XPY. So let's take triangle YPQ. So taking triangle YPQ, we have this. This are Q, this are P, and this are Y. And our angle here is 70. Angle here is 90. So the angle here, let's say, is X. Now the sum of angles in a triangle is equal to 180. So 70 plus 90 plus X is equal to 180. So 70 plus 90, we have 160, plus X is equal to 180. So when we make X the subject, X is equal to 180 minus 160, which is equal to 20 degrees. Now when we take triangle XPQ, so taking triangle XPQ, we have this triangle. We have our Q, our P, and our X. The angle PXQ is 50 degrees. And here's 90 degrees. So here will be Y. Now we can say that 50 plus 90 plus Y is equal to 180. So 140 plus Y will be equal to 180. Now when we make Y the subject, Y will be equal to 180 minus 140, which is equal to 40 degrees. So this means that the whole of this is 40 degrees, but from here to here is 20 degrees. So then our triangle XPY will be 40 minus 20, which is 20. So our angle XPY is equal to 40 minus 20, and which is 20 degrees. So then we will have from here, we have 7 divided by sine, 7 divided by the sine of XPY, which is 20, so sine 20 is equal to the length of XP divided by sine 110. Now when we cross multiply, we have 7 sine 110 is equal to the line XP sine 20. Now when we make XP the subject, we have XP is equal to 7 sine 110 divided by sine 20. So when we punch this on the calculator, XP will be equal to 19.2336. But then from our question, we are asked to correct to 2 decimal places. So our XP to 2 decimal places will be 19.23 meters. Now beta, find the length of YQ. So if we should take triangle XPQ, so XQP, the length of XQ should be 7 plus X. So the whole of this is 7 plus X. And the angle here should be 40. So we have our 40 here, then our 50 here. And this angle is 90 degrees. And then XP is 19.2336. So we can say that cos 50 is equal to adjacent, which is 7 plus x, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 19.2336. So 7 plus x divided by 19.2336. So we can say that 7 plus x is equal to 19.2336 cos 50. So 7 plus x is equal to 19.2336 cos 50 is 12.3631. So to make x the subject, we move the 7 to the right hand side. So x will be equal to 12.3631 minus 7. So our x will be equal to 5.3631. And we know that our x is equal to the length of YQ. So the length of YQ will be equal to 5.3631. But then we are being asked to correct to 2 decimal places. So the length of YQ will be equal to 5.36 meters. So this brings us to the end of question 9a. Moving on to question 9b. Solve the equation 3x divided by 1 minus x plus 2x divided by x plus 1 is equal to 2. So solution for 9b. 3x divided by 1 minus x plus 2x divided by x plus 1 is equal to 2. Now when we simplify the left hand side, we should have 3x multiplying x plus 1 plus 2x multiplying 1 minus x, all divided by 1 minus x times x plus 1 should be equal to 2. Now to get rid of the denominator, we multiply everything by 1 minus x, x plus 1. So we have 1 minus x, x plus 1, multiplying 3x into brackets x plus 1, plus 2x into brackets 1 minus x, all divided by 1 minus x, x plus 1 is equal to 2 multiplying 1 minus x, x plus 1. Now this cancels this. We have 3x multiplying x plus 1 plus 2x multiplying 1 minus x is equal to 2 multiplying 1 minus x, x plus 1. Now this can be written as 3x squared plus 3x plus 2x minus 2x squared is equal to 2 multiplying x plus 1 minus x squared minus x. Now when we group like terms, you have x squared plus 5x is equal to 2 multiplying negative x squared plus 1. When we expand, we have x squared plus 5x is equal to negative 2x squared plus 2. So we move everything to the left-hand side. We have x squared plus 5x plus 2x squared minus 2 is equal to 0. Now when we simplify, we have 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. So this brings us to a quadratic equation. Now when we multiply 3 by negative 2, we have negative 6. So we look for two numbers. When we add, we get 5. And when we multiply, we get negative 6. So for that, we have 6 and negative 1. So we have 3x squared plus 6x minus x minus 2 is equal to 0. So when we group and we factorize, we get 3x out, x plus 2 minus 1 x plus 2 is equal to 0. So this will give us 3x minus 1 x plus 2 is equal to 0. So we have 3x minus 1 is equal to 0 and x plus 2 is equal to 0. When we make x the subject here, our x will be equal to 1 over 3 and x is equal to negative 2. So our values for x will be 1 over 3 and negative 2. This brings us to the end of question 9. In our next video, we will be solving question 10 of the 2020 core maths theory questions.